John Mahama I catch the nurse for say I have restored Alawa and the nursing training college for nyina obia Alawa has been restored. Oma I can a daho for Alawa no and this yaban etua ni nyina. Nurse for student omo school omo pese omo nursing training college omo first year omo dey omo fees nyina no aban absorb it. Why na be gina bontina catch Ghana for say John Mahama ka say first year tertiary institution, public tertiary institutions, abandon betua first year fees. One because abandon John Mahama deliver Sunday. Ya term free 23 at yaba fuma bedu 3.8%. Mr. Speaker, umpe we na opekaya mutium. This is governance from 54% to 23%, which was not something you could rely on because you could have shut up. But what this government did, omu tam free 23 na omu beto ye na enkofo efie fake money egu system nim no. They knew it was still at 54, but John Mahama did not complain. And menokasa 2026 January and February menokasa inflation nyoma boarding at yaba 3.8%. Conservatively 13 months inflation at yaba from sa into mankosro. For 13 months, Mr. President said inflation at Tiaba Fuma and Deminoka say Ghana's inflation is close to the inflation of the United States of America, 3.8. I see NCWA time I edit to me more around 2024 no. Now petrol near to 15.2 Ghana cedis a letter. Now inflation no among you more a ding. In some President Kayina, me who say MPP Dibia Kotina radio to say obwa. That shows abaya odinukre. Or see, meji eye akonyano NDC ebetina na petrol na yato a liter 15.2 Ghana pesos. Uto be a bottle no sa 4 and you find 1 liter. Na yato eye yato 15.2 Ghana pesos. Now and petrol ebaya babedru even 9.5 pesos. Ebedu 9 cedis, 50 pesos. Menoka say petrol ending them around just 10 cedis a liter, 10.7 cedis a liter. And you see the difference. Also, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, the American in our crataso, Obia ni wobet magina baby, I said the American and you and it's never see and ne ebesi enyumbre ye hu se MPP ni bia kotina TV so say President Mahamudu time about power no na petrol yen ton no a liter for 15 Ghana cedis. Omu nyina nim say President in some no cano no cre. President take us say, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I say diesel. Time I about power 2024 no. Not diesel, a liter of diesel. Now you 15 Ghana 14 pesos. Mr. Speaker, and President Mahama any Ghana forecast and I say, and the diesel and then we're around 11 Ghana cedis a liter, and it has shown say. Over 11 million Ghana for omo driving omo nyina esevu sika omo botom or say a bar or share Ghana for no eno na oye no and sebio Ghana no esi kwan so a saa nyoma ye hu ni nyina no ye boy ho modern a ebeba for more. Now President Mahama ekasa efa eye big push a ekoso no odwudwemu onkasa na midwudwemu.
Mr. Speaker, the famous big push infrastructure program. This is my vision for a national infrastructure drive to restore critical national infrastructure. Naturally, the bulk of the money is dedicated to the road sector. We want to open economic corridors, create jobs, and reduce the cost of doing business. Mr. Speaker, as I speak to you, work has started on 50 major road projects that cover a distance of 1,144 kilometers. The total estimated cost of these projects is 50 billion Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, government is also completing 23 projects that were awarded by the previous administration but were not paid for. These projects amount to another 573 kilometers and are estimated to cost 15 billion cedis. So if you add that to the 1,500, it means about 2,000 kilometers of roads are currently undergoing rehabilitation as I speak. This is the biggest major investment in our road sector in the history of Ghana. Across all 16 regions, 73 projects are advancing with significant visible progress expected by the end of the year. Some of these include Tepamaban-Goso, the Kumasi Bypass Road, Swami Interchange and Local Roads, Sunyani Outer Ring Road, Sampa Jinijini Road, Techima Nkonsia Winchi Road, dualization of Winneba Cape Coast Road, Kwau Tafo Adosu Road, Dodowa Afienya Dawenya, Bintiri Nakwanduri, Tamale Outer Ring Road, Wenchi Sola, Sola Wa, Bole Chache, Bole Town Roads, Navrongo Tumu, Tumu Han Lora, Atimpoku Ho Denu, dualization of Accra Aflao, dualization of Cape Coast Akrade, Dadieso Akontombra, to name just a few. Mr. Speaker, other feeder roads are Akosombo Jakiti Kudupe, Kudikope, Yeniam Junction Sedom, Apegusum Pakadan, Todome to Palime Gemini Road. Indeed, there are many others too numerous to mention. And as I said at the launch of the Big Push program, the whole of Ghana is going to become a construction site.
President Mahama and the Okasa Ghana Mine, State of the Nation, Awutieno, or say, Mr. Speaker, Manento Ghana form the Jumadi Sherman, sir. And the Ubia to the Nia, or who say a Yakwan or Ghana. Now, Paso can want some Kakribi Magana for Tiasi Jumadia OD, Emma Ghana, yina. Or say big push project, no, a Jumanina, Dodono a kwine omobeye ewo Ghana and the omugusu eye. Or say sika omocha atuo 50 billion cedis. Sa sika no na omode ba beye big push adwumani nyina. In fact, say omoye 50 major roads in Ghana. Wankasa santima nkoa, wankasa ni kurom gonja nkoa, wankasa mi kurom fantimema na mi kurom ahunaminem. Wankasa ebia bole anase wankasa ebia nzamafo kurom. Or say the whole Ghana. Or say in Juma and the Omashasye ewo Ghana and the big push no obienitia and the baby abefebia who say ya kwan. Also Mr. Speaker, mama cheche bibu kakra munchira Ghana for or say omo ye about 1,144 kilometers of road nationwide. E kwan ya omo tenetene afa nkurase afa nkurom afa brejase afa nsuom en kwan ya sebio na weni na so se betume biem o te saa kwan ketenketen ya kase ni nyina no dodo no hye 1,144 kilometer road we nyina e hye under big push no say asem no de man ye e de kura ne say omo nhyeda nya omo adwene say omo de omo ne esi region ba akopɛ ho ena omo ye hu adwuma omo say the 16 regions no Mr. Speaker 16 regions no about 75 major road project and ekoso or say Ghana mantem region nyina no about 73 major road projects and ekoso. Now see Mr. Speaker asema okay say obi ebeka se oboa ochina no panipa ne mbra no metena TV so ana mande ebeka se oboa or say NPP aban free den power no ejuma about 23 road projects are sebio contract of the maya omo ntuaka contract ni so a yan start omo start so a baby omo kaye na omo ntuma ntoa so o say sa contract ni nyina no omo sisi ya sika sebio ye de contractors ka no about 15 billion. Now ono de or president for the people and president for the nation or a nation builder sa ekwan ya NPP for start ya omo di hu sika sebio omo ntoa so no o say ni nyina 23 major projects. Now sa ekwan ni nyina no it is about ebeka 1,444 kilometers no. Right now they are going to add it to 1,144 no. We have close to 2,000 kilometers of road to do. It was say sa ekwan na Bawumia'NPP ho no ɔde ne nyinaa bɛhyɛ big push na se a ekuro bi a ɛwɔ Ghana bi a MPP aban daadaa mo ɔmo de contractor bɛsi wa ɔmo de grader baako fa so ɔmo gyaeɛ na sɛbio yɛ sign contract no ɔse na aban ɛbɛwie ne nyinaa ɔbobɔ nkuro bebree wɔ Ghana and then meno say or say Ghana no it is under construction baby a wo bia no ye bu adwuma or so uko baby se tepa and goes to kro ekwan no ekoso baby to say Kumasi bypass ekwan no ekoso okoso ame interchange ye nyina yehu eye baby to say Sunyane ebi koso Sampa kwan so ebi koso Techiman ebi koso Winneba eye Cape Coast kwan no ebi koso aya de ko ebi wo ho dodoa ebi koso tamale ebi koso wenchi sola bole te say Cape Coast baby ya it was Mr. President catch the Ghana for say ono NDC no big push no the buy no 50 billion no ebeso obia so obia be hu kwan no and men wo ka say Ghana ni bia ehu de ekoso Ghana or say Ghana is under construction and where de enya book mu ekwan yo ye nyina ye ni tua Ghana obia nim se ekoso obia hu kwan na ye no John Mahama say Ghana for emma ni ever gidie nhyɛ ne mu omoma NDC kwanya no na omontena so nche na obia krom yengu so asphalt na Ghana no embeye krabehwe eno ene nsema John Dramani Mahama ekaye na John Mahama eka nsem bi efa eye energy sector no ho.
Mr. Speaker, in January 2025 we inherited an energy sector on the brink of collapse that had been precipitated by a severe financial crisis. The sector was burdened with a staggering debt of 80 billion Ghana cedis, strengthening the operational viability of key power producers. The 500 million World Bank partial risk guarantee, a critical risk mitigation instrument that was established in 2015 during my first term to safeguard the nearly 8 billion of private sector investment that was put into the offshore Cape Trade Points field, had been fully drawn down and exhausted due to prolonged non-payment for gas consumed. Mr. Speaker, at the distribution level, the Electricity Company of Ghana was plagued by high commercial and technical losses, collecting only 62% of the energy it purchased from generators and declaring less than 50% of its collection into the cash waterfall mechanism. Mr. Speaker, the result was severe liquidity shortfalls and power challenges throughout 2024. In the petroleum sector, years of policy inconsistency, regulatory inefficiencies, a lack of transparency, prolonged licensing processes, and unresolved legal disputes over field unitization had eroded investor confidence. Consequently, crude oil production declined by approximately 32% between 2019 and 2024. It fell from 71.4 million barrels per day to 48.2 million barrels. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to announce that as of December 31st, 2025, government has fully repaid and restored the entire 500 million World Bank guarantee, including interest. This has reinstated the facility in full and reaffirmed Ghana's standing as a credible and reliable partner on the global stage. Mr. Speaker, I can also announce that we are paying for every gas we are consuming today.
President Mahama ekasa and then say, Mr. Speaker, Ghana for muntie me. Yaba abemu 2024 no de behu ne say ye nyina mu nkane ho nsem ni nyina na agiegu. O say eka ye beto ye no na oka na eye opepepe 80 billion cedis na eka MPP for apro eguo. Okasa no say sa eka we ebo ne hu but o say suade a osua free atamel so ho ene de wosua e politics mu ene aban a watenem esua mu suade no anhye dan pusu na free say na onim say wabase obeye dwuma mo Ghana na say sama time mo bae no na MPP aban aboka 80 billion cedis at war ECG deka Greco deka Netco deka gas a yeto edinya edema ye nyina mu nkane agina na so eka etua no to na sebio IPP sa yaje eye enyinam nkane kakra firi omo ho edema Ghana for eka ese omo ko mu nti na o se otwa ne ne entwa but o ma na adwene eko so se e wo se obodwumaden Emma Ghana no efa ne tuma pefra ɔse de na etwa ne sunum a na ye ne ya ene sɛ emra na ɔyɛ president from 2012 to 2016 no ɔne IMF for tenase sorry World Bank Emma World Bank for ma yesike bia sɛ bi obi bɛka sɛ sika ye de boy echi dom so obi ba sɛ ɔne ba bɛyɛ enyinam nkane a ho nsawoso ana sɛ edi nsawoso a ɔpɛsɛ ɔhu sɛ ɔman wei sɛ mede misika kɔhyɛm a na debi nyoma nkoyi a me wo sika bi a metumi aka sɛ mani da so a metumi agye free ɔmo hɔ John Mahama ne IMF World Bank for kasa e time ɔyɛ president 2012 to 2016 ɛna ɔde $500 million to hɔ ntia bia Singapore for epese omne Ghana for ebedi nsawoso fa enyinam nkane ho a na se omde omusika ebehye mu Ghana se 200 million a omnim se saa sika ne da ho se Ghana for say omu 200 million a omu betumi agye saa sika ne de ate omuka osi saa sika na nana adodankwa Ekufuado ne Bawumia mo beto ye no omu dwiri sika ne nyina eno na Samira Bawumia mo de toto omu bags eye Rebecca Ekufuado mo de court trips jankroma mo de toto wi omu hyi sika no ma impempenso bi beduru ya na ewiase afa na nyina no ekuro bia ni wa opese ode ne sika be hye Ghana nyinemu kaneam ose ohun saade no ena oka se dabi e wo se ye tenase na ye hwe ye nyinemu kanea ene ye energy gas ho nsensem ni ye na ye hwe se ye betumi eyi afri ekam okasa na ose time na MPP woso no Bawumia eti economic management team no ho no na ECG na omuni sebio krono ene keta hyehyenti sika na osa omugegisa light bill no na omutumi gegimu oha emu enchichemu eduasia mienu 62% pe na saa 62% no omusa gipe na omadi amanaka 52% into say edum pempensom na say ye energy sector no egu na po betena ho ye nyina ye hu de na ye kom oyela na yetumi tu ekodum breso na afa ye ntumi ntu gas na ye ntumi yetumi ge na yetuaka na ye ntumi ntuaka ɔse ende ɔka kyerɛ Ghana ni bi a ɔwɔ Ghana so obi sɛ ɔboa ɛyɛ $500 million ɛka na ɛyɛ World Bank sika da hɔ a MPP Bawumia ne nkɔfo di no ende yɛ kasa iwotua ne nyinaa $500 million sa menhia sa sika mama sa 30 wotua sa sika ne nyinaa ma ɛyɛ World Bank ɛna ɔse ma Ghana fo ate ase sɛ ɔne yɛ kasa ende gas bia yeto edidi dwuma o Ghana bia no yeto ne etua yende ka bia wo adaka bia mu eno ena John Mahama ekirechire mu kire Ghana fo e wo Ghana nti no ka say John Mahama sabe yi efri impokire mu wabayi efri eye ekam wabayi efri ohaw mu John Mahama ba abetua $500 million no ama ende yekoto gas a ye yisika free ataso na yetua we na kire se nyansani enyansafo aban paba omogene Ghana ho a omo hyehye Ghana efri form akosoro mama yenko enim yenko tie the president no esa ekafa eye nsensema aka ho Accra Kumasi Expressway.
Mr. Speaker, the Accra Kumasi Expressway will be 198.7 kilometer 6-lane high-speed motorway. This expressway is designed to connect Ghana's two largest cities, Accra and Kumasi, and it will reduce the traveling time between Accra and Kumasi to approximately 2.5 hours. Mr. Speaker, this new alignment will have 8 interchanges and will be Ghana's first true expressway. And so government has established the Accra Kumasi Expressway Limited, which is a subsidiary of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, as the concessionaire that will be mandated to design, to finance, construct, operate, and maintain the expressway, with the Ministry of Roads and Highways as the contracting authority. The project delivery is structured as a long-term concession of up to 50 years. Mr. Speaker, this expressway will be Ghana's first purpose-built expressway with limited access points, so goats and sheep cannot cross at any point. Mr. Speaker, it's designed for higher speed limits and modern safety infrastructure to reduce travel time and improve road safety. Preparatory activities including feasibility studies, the detailed designs and cost assessments are currently underway. This major road construction work aims to improve mobility, safety, and trade while connecting communities to markets and essential services. Mr. Speaker, the Eastern Corridor. We aim to complete all unfinished segments of the Eastern Corridor Road by the end of 2027. Mr. Speaker, the Accra-Kumasi Expressway.
President Ekasa ende ewo eye parliament no obedru Accra-Kumasi Expressway no. O say Ghana for be ba na meka kire mu. Ye ba beto ye be ye nyoma bi a ebi nsida. Ekwan a ye be ye bi aka ho. O say Kumasi Expressway no. Kumasi Accra-Kumasi Expressway no. O say 198-kilometer expressway. Or say a high speed way. Na sabio the emane ye enika wo mu nyina ne say 6 lanes, 6 going, 6 coming. Aponchin twem, kraman twem, bola bed twem, odwan twem, chese osoro oboda mu twem. Eye insia eba na insia eko. O say edam na the was sa expressway no nyina ne say o say the 2 biggest cities in Ghana no o pese akwantuo no utu a eye fe eye mre na eye ntem inti say ende ye firi Kumasi bankran ana ye firi nkran ekọ Kumasi a na se ebedi 5 hours a o say ye Accra Kumasi expressway na ebedi just 3 hours na ye duru Kumasi inti ye 2 anajo 6 by 9 p.m. na yedru eye Kumasi na ya park ne ekodi fufuo o say sa indwumadie we nyina no sa ekwan no ombeye 8 interchanges wo so ade na ye frɛ no eye overhead bridge akese no o say ombeye 8 interchanges into 198 eye the kilometer road no ombeye 8 interchanges sa ekwan no ombeye no aponchin twem kraman twem chesa wo ginemu ana wo ginemu Omenya rest stops kakra sa wabra na so person park ye ohu a ebi kakra be ho bebi ebedidi kakra so be ho ye bebi a sebio uduna sa wota adwo a mechanics ni ade enitina omate bibia ye frɛ no eye Accra Expressway Limited omo ne de sa adwuma de ni be hye omo nsa sane ekwan ni bedimu omo be hwe kwan ni so ye rest stop ni ade wo so be manage ni ye overhead overpasses ni nyina no be make sure say bibia no portal ba omo ni ye omo fixe se bebi wo na ehia light omo de light besi omo no be manage ekwan no nti omo beti bibia ye friend Accra Expressway Limited Company aban na eti omo de their sole responsibility is to manage the Accra Kumasi Expressway. O say opese Ghana 40 ase yati Eastern Corridor Road or say or catch the Ghana for by 2027 afia ye besim no ye wie no na sa Eastern Corridor Road no wa ye ahohoro ne nsa de punched pilot say we wie na Ghana for munje asema President John Dramani Mahama and the okachire Ghana for no and ye nyina ye hu de ekọ ye nyina ye hu adwuma ekọ so ye nyina ye hu eye adwumaden a and the ukota krade Kumasi Obuase all over the place no uhu de ekọ so. This is what the president was talking about. Now, the president kafa teacher for him.
Teachers Housing Initiative is a joint effort involving district assemblies, common fund, GET fund, NAT, and JESOPs. And the aim is to build 50,000 housing units for teachers. This initiative is called the Teacher Dabre, maybe a teacher better. This partnership demonstrates our collective dedication to enhancing teachers' living conditions and boosting the retention of teachers, especially in rural and remote areas, and ensuring that teachers can live, work, and retire with dignity and security. Mr. Speaker, by prioritizing equitable access and expanding infrastructure, we're investing in human capital and laying the foundation for a Ghana where every child can learn, grow, and succeed.
President Mahama Ekasano okan bibi fa teacher for hon. O say, eye teacher dabre. Ade bi okan opposition say teacher for hia bibi omo beda. Na ban no sebio omo ye entotoye a omo si eye edan a ye frɛ no teacher housing unit 50,000. Send be a church for more Ghana. Sebio around the nation no omo betumi esisi a church for dan a baby a church for benya baby ada. Send ye be ya omo so betumi yi omo akumem etumi akyra de ama yenkwara yembebunu a omo nyini a yepese omo so enya nyansa nimdie ede betwa echechere oman no so no or say 50,000 housing units to be constructed for teachers or say or share teacher for boss say sa eye housing unit we or your president no omo de eye nyoma egukwan mu a omo ba besi edan kwa eye de eye 50,000 housing units. John Dramani Mahama on the sea segleme. John Mahama on the sea segleme. It is John Mahama just a teacher nibi or Ghana. Ginidi na 50,000 housing units no. Yon yet now buy no almost see no around the nation and make sure a region bia enya teachers bungalow, teachers building or say he is going to make sure it is done and preparatory work is being done. Omo can you need to start building teachers bungalows, 50,000 teachers units, houses around the nation. To say eno beka Ghana for say it is happening. Now, John Dramani Mahama, President Ekasano Okabibi fa eye alawa. Now, President Ekasano, Mama Yenko Tie, President Yoka, will say, nursing trainees allowance have been restored. Word way very important. Restored. Let's listen to the president. We are making
And yet, significant challenges remain. At the beginning of 2025, when we took over, 103,000 trained health workers were still awaiting placement, employment or enrollment onto the payroll. Over the past year, 13,500 nurses and midwives, along with hundreds of doctors and pharmacists, have been absorbed into the public payroll. Nursing trainee allowances have been regularized and restored. Application fees have been reduced, and the no-fee stress initiative introduced to ease access to training has been extended. Service conditions are being implemented to boost morale and retention. Looking ahead, government will expand recruitment and take necessary action to add more health workers onto the payroll. We will also correct the maldistribution of health workers through targeted incentives for health workers who agree to serve in underserved areas. Let me use this opportunity to appeal to our gallant health workers to accept postings to our underserved areas, seeing as it is a national call to duty while we work to ensure that they have an enabling environment to do their work. Mr. Speaker, we will also scale up specialist and advanced nursing training to match the country's changing disease profile. New post-basic nursing programs in cardiology, nephrology, endocrinology, and oncology will be introduced. This, while the two existing ones, emergency and critical care nurses, will be scaled up. At least 30 nursing training institutions will transition to competency-based degree curriculums, supported by new scholarship opportunities for PhD level training for nurses and allied health professionals.
Brofono, eno, mema oyemushisho, yeniti ni yateha, mibejujo mama. John Dramani Mahama, Sebio, President of the Republic of Ghana 1, and President of the Republic Ghana 2.0, ayeme. Mibejuja, the President Ikana Munyina Achiro, or say, eba nursing, midwives, pharmacists, doctors for Honsama, or say, and they or Kensimupi. So obi our counter reaction be anasa obwa nipa nemra na onfa counter documents metre or say so far midwives, doctors, pharmacists, nurses for ya for more Ghana obedi president no 13,500 omu nyina aban afọ omo djuma or say omo ka no aban provision to make sure say omo nya for omo kra no omo for omo asoso na odi nkomo no or say eba application fee first na nipa bi eto ediko pe ejuma ana nursing school or say yateso or say na buy na teso because we want to say people need to be able to access to buy the application into application na anwene ne sia ne board din no and or pegana ni mana begina TV so aka say John Mahama boa yenti application so or say yati application so also aka say no say bibia e friend no fee stress na aban ede buy no say na nkofo a omuko school aban school tertiary institution first year omuntia fees no say every nursing training college student bia or Ghana enda or aban nursing training college bia no and the first year aban afaka no Or say, Munina Munim says Sadia no Ekoso, a idea abina etia sakano. Or Casan or say, Omoba be a recruitment, be expanded the recruitment. Nurse for no ye be na Oma for more because so far over 13,500 omotumafa. Na ebi mo ho a omunyam formo and Osha Ghana for bo say ombefa omo mo ho no. Na ode adesre bi eto Ghana for enim. O say osre eye yenuanom nurse for doctors midwives any omo ye eye den eye apomdin adwuma ne say ye do koto baby na se bio weni nje ho kora e wo se oti ase se eye Ghana na ye nyina ye chichiri na ose na aban no e de bibia friend incentives ade a eye akono se ne bio se bio ye ka se obi enko eye mimi kroma ye odo ana me ma mi krom denu enko ye nurse ho ana pharmacist sa nipa no aban de bibi ba ebema nani agimpo se obekọ ho nti ebia pay a ye de mankofo no omo de kakra beka ho ebia allowance bia nkofo gi no omo de kakra beka ho say na aban through eye the health minister eye minta akando no omo e de sanyobo nyina esisie ni na sebio eba posting na Ghana for nurse for doctors any omo maka omo pese ye bedi omo beko Ghana for ni nyina no obi abenya kuma pa edi akodi dwuma na okasa no say nursing trainee allowance no ose na aban a restore na yeti krom ha ena Mahamudu Bawumia opeso be the president ekoye campaign ena abayo a nursing training college or starting school yentia na allowed man da enso na Bawumia gina nanim etwa akora ne tro say yetia o allowance na se utie Bawumia anokasa or say they were going to restore the allowance whilst he had not restored it. And the John Mahama said, well, restore allowance. No? And the nursing training college student be able to say, na allowance in the Mommy uncle Tie, a ye, Mahamudu Bawumia, Abrana Ocha, a ye, nursing training college students for Atro 2024. So, Monko Tomano, na Abayua Kitikitibi, Koko Sono, Cremoniba, and the near Biabusa said, Abantie, Bawumia Uchatro. Me akwara ebinifie matina school mu ha de bia wonam na oka chenko for se wetua lawa untua ye e ho na Bawumia beka se oh ende me ba be free finance minister na alawa na yentia na yetua Mahamudu Bawumia wodi tro onetro ofitro e de tro da o ye nipa bia onka no kure. This is Bawumia in 2024.
So we have to follow people who have vision. We don't have to follow people who think in terms of impossibilities. We think in terms of possibilities. When my opponent was in government, he abolished the nursing training allowances. And we said, we will restore the nursing training allowances. And we have restored the nursing training allowances. Can you trust my opponent with nursing training allowances? You cannot.
Ubodi Nawabo School. Then you ask your question. Then we go 4 questions, and His Excellency is ready to answer all your questions.
My name is Abdulalim Jaria, an nursing student from Techima Nkobo NMTC. The question I want to ask is, when are we getting Alawa? Since I started my school, since first year, I've not gotten Alawa until now, and I'm in my last semester now. And some of us are not being able to pay our school fees. Next week like this, we'll be writing our exams. Those who will not be able to pay their fees will be sacked. They wouldn't be allowed to write exams. So if the Alawa were given to us, they would have been able to pay their fees. So my question is, when are we getting Alawa?
Thank you. Question I know Thank you very much. Your Excellency, these are the questions from the youth of Bono East region. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those questions. I think the first question had to do with when we are getting Alawa for our districts. So I think that is a question I will take to the Ministry of Finance. I wasn't sure of where you were with your Alawa, but I think that I will check with the Ministry of Finance immediately I return, and I will make sure that they pay you your Alawa if it has not been paid.
We on kind of great. I buy you a kitty with a unit to say, Ujina has sa Ekikankwasia some say, no, na John Mahama mu echa alawam. We all know John Mahama in 2015, 2016 did not cancel Alawa. MPP beye campaign chantro say Alawa no omu betua. Aba you catch of Mr. President. My betina school 4 years. Obiama mi Alawa. Say me ditra and kremoni ba onye. Or say Mr. President. Also person sabe the president. My betina school my last semester ni mintia Alawa bia me tom accounts. Me ma me papa na tete omo room. Bawumia'NPP na Assembly Crampo de say a meka che finance minister. Me make sure say yentua walawa na ye walawa no ube ye betua ma. The same Bawumia ubusa say na onka ho ne taking decisions in government or say da bi. E-levy now can only taking decisions or say da bi. Bawumia DDEP now can only taking decisions. And so Twigina stage catcher will be say, "Oh, I will make sure I will talk to finance minister." Who was the finance minister then? It was Ken Oforiatta. It was Grace Jones. It was Amin Adams, Jimmy Fono. These were people Bawumia was controlling. It's Mikacho say, Mahamudu Bawumia was the one controlling Ken Oforiatta. Now ask yourself, why hasn't Bawumia spoken about the Ken Oforiatta matter? Because only Ken Oforiatta the bokro. The same Bawumia will turn around and tell you, in the government, I did not have power. I was a mate. I was Jimmy. My president was a fool. I was sitting at the back. Nobody respected me because me a tenny. But he was standing on stage telling young Ghanaians, young nurses, young students that I am going to make sure the finance minister pays you. And their power now what to make the finance minister pay. It means you were controlling the government. Why didn't you tell the young girl that, you know something, I am going to plead with the president. I am going to try and plead with the president to take that decision. But Bawumia told the little girl, Bawumia Kachiro Momutu want to say, I will talk to the finance minister and make sure you are paid. Kwasi ampenyi omo ba no meka yesa Bawumia de ote aban mu no obi aka se obi antio no ejimi Bawumia kwa da moko cabinet no omo mfre no. And so Bawumia was standing on stage telling us he is directing the finance minister what to do. And now you see the MPP, they pick and choose. They are very foolish. Andrea Mekami, I don't know. They have a magic of discovering foolish people. And that is the strength of the NPP. So a political party on this platform that has the technique, the strength, the ability to always discover foolish people, it is the NPP. Every year, I'm going to discover about 10. Also, so must discover. They discover every year. And sometimes you ask yourself, how do they do it? I know MPP got talent and I said, I know much that question wurem. No maga say MPP got talent for fools. Na oma audition, na oma yiyomo. Because every year they come up with new group of foolish people. And that is what we have been saying. MPP got talent. Their discovery, their skill and the technique they use in discovering fools every time. You know, it amazes me.